It's Week 17 of the NFL. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' electric quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Raiders and the Jaguars under the lights on Monday night.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime.
Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. Trey Tucker to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Warren once more. He's got to gain a 6 there. It was Andre Cisco who hauled him down there. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 48. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Wanted to fit that one into Devontae Adams. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They go play action on 1st. Escapes his grasp. He finds Brown right side. And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. He's going to throw this one. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
They'll throw it. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 4th down. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. National champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Raider football. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. This will be caught by Adams. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, the football's loose. And no turnover, it's gonna stay with the offense. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down. They'll go left side here with White. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
Here's a throw. He's on the move. He's running for it. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. They'll run here on 1st down. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. They've got a man in motion. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Completed left side to Thomas. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They've got first down from the 31. Hand off to the back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Lawrence working from the gun. Short pass brought in. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Rolling left by, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Jaguars football. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 10, here's Lawrence. Throw reeled in by Thomas. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here he goes on the bootleg. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 2 yards on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
2 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At their 48-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
And a Jaguar first down.
So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Lawrence now off the play action. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Lawrence trying again on second. This one falls incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Robert Spillane has it. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. All right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
They'll start the drive with Warren. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
They'll go again with Warren. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to the air here. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it'll be 2nd down.
Darnell Savage on the coverage.
Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's gonna be 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. That one vehemently swatted away. And that brings up 4th and long.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back now, pressure on its way. Ooh, look at this, here he goes.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. That one's incomplete over the middle. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. They'll send Logan Cook out again for the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be their football coming up. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Forced out. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that. So let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards. And now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Chased out to his right, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's a return from the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And they'll take over facing a 6-0 deficit. They've got 1st down from the 31. Lawrence to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And that's good for a gain of 5. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
1st down, Jaguars.
Back to the well again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 48. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he works this to the 38 before going down. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Able to find Strange here. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. Hits his running back. And he gets this forward to the 19.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Looking slant route complete. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars tie and can take the lead here in the second. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Little text on the extra point. And the Jaguars take the lead on that successful kick. On now is Cook to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st down, Warren. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
It's 2nd and inches.
Throwing now off play action. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Raiders with 10 to go still on 2nd down. Now looking to throw. Setting up the running back screen. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Throw complete to Warren. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw now. Warren's got it, complete. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they've taken back the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this first half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's Thomas, he's got it. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Micah McFadden able to make the play. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the gun, Lawrence. This one's to Kirk out left side. And this one doesn't go far. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now Lawrence on the play fake. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Nearly an interception on that play. So they're left facing a 4th down. The Jaguars into punt formation. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Punt meets him at the 28. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
At their own 33-yard line.
Pass play on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. So it's second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. We're at halftime here in Vegas. The Raiders defending their building thus far. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday.
We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the Cowboys who get the win at home. The Cowboys
Get a very, very important victory as that moves them to 10-6 on the year with one game remaining.
From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Baker Mayfield, a touchdown pass in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This return starts at the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. They've got first down from the 31. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Raiders and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. A run from Warren here to start the 3rd. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
It's now 2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Pass play coming here. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. Man, it'll be their football. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, or that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Now this is a beauty of a kick. Gets headed out of bounds. No chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know I'm nitpicking a little bit here, Kate, but if they could have held off just another second before making contact, they may have driven this QB right into the end zone, and we know what that would have meant. Well, 2 points and a defense ignited.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. 3rd down run from White. And this one only gets up to about the 5-yard line. After a 3-yard gain, they're left with 4th and 10. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. Short drop, but he still gets away a very good punt. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. The Jaguars and this running back headed back out for a new series. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. On 1st down, they'll run. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Lawrence working from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. He's running for it. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down.
Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
He's dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Las Vegas, 1st down.
They run with Warren. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Las Vegas. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
White scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders push this to an 8-point game. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders push the lead to 2 scores now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And you and I both know, Brock, they, like so many teams in this league, fans of establishing the run to begin a football game. Well, I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. We're sometime into this one now, and they still haven't been able to establish it against this defense.
Yeah, kind of like when we walk into a defensive meeting room and sit with the D coordinator, and what is his #1 premise each and every week? Stop the run. Stop the run.
Yep.
Because you know if you create that kind of imbalance and you take away the run, you have a chance of playing pretty good defense like they've done.
He made him 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Lawrence. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. On now comes their punter. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll start the drive with Warren. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Pretty obvious, this defense, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Going to the ground again on first. He's contained at the line for no gain. Josh Hines-Allen, that time to haul him down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
He'll throw it. Complete here to Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A pickup there of 39. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Slot receiver headed left. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Raiders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
And he isn't going to get there. First time they tried for 2 tonight, but it's unsuccessful. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you could go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you could come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there. 3rd down. They're throwing it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of sand, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Catch made underneath by the back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lawrence throwing here. Escapes the... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. He's going to push one deep down the right. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by White. And not a lot of space to work. He's brought down at the 45. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing off the play fake here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Lawrence looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Jukes out a one-stop. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Lawrence to throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
At the 47-yard line. A gain of 12. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. We've got a screen to the running back. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. He was trying to find Christian Kirk there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Now it's Lawrence. He beams one deep right side. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Lawrence to throw it. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
The score, Raiders 22. Jaguars 14.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Tucker now on the return. Return's looking good so far. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. 1st and 10, it's a gift to White. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside, defense.
And no surprise here, they declined the flag because the play got a first down, so they're going to happily let it stand.
That penalty is declined.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Putting a receiver in motion. To throw it on first down. Complete, it's Myers. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for the back that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Back to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
It's White on the give. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
On comes Daniel Carlson for a pretty important kick. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. 1st down throw, Lawrence. That's complete, here's Kirk. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. This one's to Kirk out left side. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He's gonna try to drop it in deep right. He's got it inside the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Lawrence has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Now to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
That kick obviously gets it back to a 1-score game. Now the real question, Kate, how good do those onside kicks look at warm-ups? How good do they look all week in practice? Is it time to pull out the onside kick, or trust your defense with 2 timeouts in your pocket?
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. Their lead's still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation.
The victory formation.
That is all that you're thinking right now, is just make these plays, run out this clock so we could take one more knee and celebrate.
Running on 2nd with White. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 2nd down.
This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.